everyone. My name is Mike Roman. This is Discussion Post 1, Week 4, and I'm going to be talking about mistakes within contracts. More specifically, I'm going to talk about unilateral mistakes of fact within a contract. Now, we all make mistakes. That obviously happens within contracts, but it must be noted that a mistake of fact needs to be presented instead of mistakes of value or quality. Now, according to our book, a material fact is a fact that a reasonable person would consider important when determining his or her course of action. Now, if there is a mistake of fact within a contract, whether it be one party or another, that's where the terms unilateral or bilateral mistakes come into play. Now, we know a unilateral mistake is made by only one of the parties, and a bilateral or mutual mistake is made by both of the contracting parties. But what I really would like to mention is unilateral mistakes of fact. And the key thing that I want to take from the definition within our book is, it says here, in general, a unilateral mistake does not give the mistaken party any right to relief from the contract. Normally, the contract is enforceable, which is a key word, but there is two exceptions to this rule. One of them being that the other party to the contract knows or should have known that the mistake of fact was made, or the error was due to a substantial mathematical mistake in addition, subtraction, division, or multiplication, and was made inadvertently and without gross or extreme negligence. And to give an example of that, within our book, it says a contractor's bid was significantly low because he or she made a mistake in addition when totaling the estimated cost. Any contract resulting from the bid normally may be rescinded or canceled. So from this definition, I will give you an example. This is according to legalmatch.com. So it's going to involve a unilateral mistake and also a bilateral mistake. Now, this isn't an actual case, but this is an example that legalmatch.com gave. It says here, for example, in a contract for the sale of screws, one party may incorrectly believe that the word screw refers to Phillips head screws, when in fact the term refers to standard type screws. If only one party holds this mistaken belief, but the other is clear on the meaning of screw, then this could be called a unilateral mistake. On the other hand, if both parties believed that the word screw referred to nails, then this is an example of a mutual mistake. Now, going back to our definition here, the two exceptions, where it says the other party to the contract knows or should have known that the mistake of fact was made. Now, if this person that was selling the screws clearly knew that the other party involved within the contract, if he knew that the screws were something different and then the other party was expecting something different, then that contract would be able to be canceled. But from the example that I gave you, it is a unilateral mistake, and the contract would most likely be enforced. So that is the definition of a unilateral mistake, with a little bit of bilateral mistake with it, and that is an example for both of them. My thoughts on this, to possibly avoid these unilateral mistakes, I read up on it a little bit. They seem pretty obvious. It's just being responsible, being accountable, know what you're getting into when you're getting into a contract, making sure you have a lawyer present while this contract is being written, while it's being made, and if there's anything specific, like a specific product that is involved within the contract, make sure you have like the scan bar number, for example, the exact model number, so there's no possible discrepancy or conflict that could arise if the terms within the contract are broad. So basically, just being smart when making a contract and knowing what each party is getting into, you can avoid these unilateral mistakes and these bilateral mistakes. Again, my name is Mike Roman. This is Discussion Post 1, Week 4. Let me know what you think. Thank you for your time again.